Hey cousin, it's your cousin, and I've decided to take you through some of the exercises that I think would be helpful, at least to get started, and maybe we'll do this in a few different segments. I would like for you to obtain, I can send you one actually, a squishy ball. This is going to be handy. It has a little nozzle on it, and you never inflate it all the way. It's not meant to be inflated all the way. It goes many places throughout the workout. This is a circle of death, some of my students call it, and we're going to be strengthening the inner thighs, for example, outer thighs, pelvic floor, core. Down the road, we'll also be using a yoga strap, or you can use a TheraBand. I'm also thinking that for some of your upper body stuff that you need to get a foam roller, okay? So a couple of these things you can get online or in your neck of the woods, couple things I could send you. So without further ado, I want to take some pelvic tilts. We lie on our backs and place the squishy ball underneath the tailbone. It's going to be very bouncy here, okay? And then we rock the tailbone up to the ceiling. You're going to get a good stretch through your lower back there. You're going to feel the thighs contract, and then you rock in the other direction. So initially, north and south. Ten times. Then maybe your body wants to stay in the tilt for an extra release. Drops down, east to west now. You may think that this is your hips moving, and that's fine, but I'm going to indicate through the pelvis. One side of the pelvis lifts, it drops down. Other side of the pelvis lifts, it drops down. It's important to ground through the soles of the feet. Go ahead and exaggerate your breath as we work out. And before you purchase or obtain these props, please try these exercises without the props so that it's going to look the same. It's going to feel a little different. The props are just tools to facilitate the movement that we're going for. Okay. The pelvic tilt is then going to develop into a bridge where the back comes off, and your body weight is going to feel heavy here. So this may be a lot of weight for you to bear. So maybe a little lower, but eventually you're going to come clear up onto your shoulders. Imprinting the spine down. 5, 4, 3, 2, lumbar is touching, lumbar, 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 tailbone, tailbone. Rock through the pelvis, lift the tailbone, curling the lower spine. That idea of curling is important. So I like to take my squishy ball between the knees here, adding on the little squeeze of the inner thighs, training the pelvic floor muscles, and then the lower tummy in turn to engage and to give us strength and to shore up what's going on in the low back here. And these are little first aids for the back. Maybe you'll do 5 at first, but then developing up onto 10. On the same wavelength, that magic circle is going to be inserted in between the knees, and we squeeze 2, 3, 4, 5, thigh master kind of thing. You can also take the feet off and try it that way. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then in a similar vein, we put the legs inside the circle and abduct now. So pulse out, 2, 3, up till 10. Same thing can be done feet off, and that's harder. So use your Pilates principles that you're learning from your other videos. You're staying in a neutral spine, okay? Or if your physical therapist wants you to be in an imprinted spine, pushing the back down, that's something that you can modify that way. And the same family of exercises, we take our bridge and we can abduct or pulse outward, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is really hard, it's killing me, okay, and I'm used to it. And then again on the inside from the bridge, 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's talk about some hip looseners, creating some, well, I'm going to introduce you to my cat at this point because I think he's coming over. Here's my morning coffee. Hello, cat. It's Cousin Carolyn. I'm going to move the leg in the hip socket left to right, left to right. So I'm going to separate the legs out on the mat, and I'm going to just take one leg at a time, and it creates a windshield wiper. At the end of that, I'm going to place the other leg down on it and give it some good pressure. This is excruciating for me. My leg doesn't really want to go in that direction. So, and then of course we do it on the other side. Windshield wiper, floppy, floppy, getting mobility in the hip, flop, 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 and then secure the position with some pressure on the opposite leg. And more, did you meet the cat? He's right outside my window right now. He's old now. I'm old too. So, so we're going to make the legs travel this way in the hip socket. I like being on my squishy ball to do this. And initially, I'm going to only open the legs to a half moon position. So thigh bones drop into the hip socket. They open and they're heavy as you do this. They're heavy, and you want to feel that connection of the hip bones into the back. And then we can take it all the way around the world, which is going to be far more challenging in the lower tummy. And we can just say that everything is 10, everything is for 10. Let me flip around the other direction, and we can look at some basic Pilates exercises from the supine position. This is tabletop. So as soon as my legs are in this 90 degrees, I'm bearing weight on my tummy, and that's what's giving me tummy strength. Now let's say I want to ramp it up, so I'm moving one leg in and out and remaining in an absolutely neutral spine. And then we can do that for 10. And the other leg. You might only be starting with 4 reps, I don't know. And then say we want that to get more intense. A couple things we can do. We can add on some coordination, or we can add on a leg lengthening here. You've probably seen this. You probably don't want to let go of your head if you're having problems with your neck. But these are all good tummy tighteners, and they go right into core strength. I want to just take the squishy ball under my head, because this is a really subtle neck exercise that's, I guess, maybe often overlooked. So first of all, I just really let my skull drop down significantly into that ball, and I let all the tension go from the neck. And I do a little meditation here. I just let it go. And then I'm going to circle my nose on the ceiling about the size of a coin quarter. And you can't underestimate the tininess of that circle. And this is affecting, it's not something, I mean, it's going to feel good, it's going to feel relaxing, but you're not going to really feel the subtle muscles and nerves that are being released in the, at the occiput, the lower ridge of the skull. So I'm going to roll up again, and I want to take you through some upper body things, and I think we'll go ahead and do it on the foam roller. So end to end, that means I'm going to lie on it end to end. And you can do these on the floor until you get your foam roller, but I think you'll be able to see how the roller's curve and shape is going to facilitate the opening of my chest, and thus a little glide of the nerves, the nerve pathways. So this is just a little shoulder drop. Here's my neutral shoulders, chest wide, and then I reach up to the ceiling. My shoulders aren't connected. My arms aren't connected into the shoulder joint. Okay, they're reaching away. And then I drop them a little bit, and they are. Then I'm in neutral. And then I wrap my blades around the roller, and then I repeat the whole thing many times. And I can't let my ribs get away from me. I want to pull them taut like I'm wearing a really sexy corset under our workout clothes. Taking it right into arm glides opposite, over the head, down by the sides, over the head, down by the sides. If we want more balance challenge, we'll take a leg off. And we do want balance challenge. This is going to be a lot. This is a lot to do. And of course the other leg. And then I also wanted to throw in the variation where both arms are coming back behind you at the same time. So for me, it really helps to have some music that I like. Sometimes I pick something really zen and meditative, and sometimes I want something with a beat, something that makes me happy, and just to distract me so that I do my exercises. And another just static exercise to do here on the foam roller is just to take the arms out to the side. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth to facilitate the full letting out of the air and the contraction of the lower tummy muscles, that transversus abdominis that we talk about so much in Pilates. Let's let that be the first little introduction and see how we do. And I'm still going to recommend some YouTube things and maybe some videos, but let's see if we can get this going. I'm so glad you asked for help.